looks like we have some delays on the Google Pixel quarterly feature drop and monthly security patch. Yes. So this isn't something entirely unexpected. I actually did a poll on the YouTube community channel asking folks who thought it was going to be on time, because I kind of figured it was a 50-50 proposition, but here's what all you guys and gals said. So, who thinks a Pixel quarterly feature drop and monthly security patch will be on time tomorrow, which was yesterday? 1,300 votes. Only 14% of people said, I believe. 15% you're funny. 50-50 chance was 27%. So there's a little bit of positivity there. 38% of people said, heck no, it won't be on time. And 6% was better chance of me shutting up. So, I mean, I selected these. It's my poll. But, yeah, I wasn't really optimistic about it. I was lucky last month when it came with the monthly security patch for May. They got it on the first date. That was reassuring. Here's the skinny on this one. We don't know. Last quarterly feature drop actually ended up, I believe, being a couple of weeks postponed. And here's the thing. There's two different camps we can look at this. We can go, okay, make sure it shows up on time and that everything is the way it's supposed to be. Or, of course, adhering to a timeline and the consistency actually matters whenever, you're supposed to be industry leading when it comes to software, and, it's your operating system, right? So you should have your house in order. So with the June security patch, quarterly feature drop, every quarter we get these new features that they drop, especially as the ecosphere develops, like Pixel Watch features and the Pixel phone features and all that cool stuff. Last quarterly feature drop wasn't all that impressive, and we'll see how this one goes. I mean, there's been some preview stuff on the beta side. If you actually get into and use the developer, the public beta, all that stuff, then you get a lot of these features beforehand. So that's kind of a window of insight into the soul of what happens. Now, not going to be a long video here. Not going to sit here and chastise Google. It's not the big deal. It's not. It's not that big of a deal. It will be here soon enough. Hopefully it will work and there won't be any issues. I mean, last month we had to have a supplementary update to fix some of the heating and battery issues caused by the last update. So we really want Google to have all their T's crossed, their I's dotted, P's and Q's in order whenever they put out these updates, because it really impacts the end user experience. And I can already see the writing on the wall now. I'm going to have a handful of folks who say my battery life is worse, heating related issues, stuff like that. When we have these software and security patches, these updates, they change some things sometimes fundamentally with the software experience on your phone. So it's very natural that you might have a slight reset in your battery life, things like that, whenever this happens. What I generally tell folks is, hey, when you get the update, treat it just like a new factory install. Give it a week. Let it kind of find its footing, recalibrate everything. Typically, what happens is you might have a little bit of heat or whatever battery drain issues the first 4 or 5 days, and then a lot of times they resolve. And this is kind of a recurring theme that I get when I talk to a lot of viewers who ask about these things. So, should be okay. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. I'd rather it not be on time than break stuff, but it does get kind of old and tired whenever, Papa Google is supposed to be the master and commander of their own experience. I wasn't so critical about this 2 years ago when they were relying on the Snapdragon processors and optimizing everything for that, right? Now, Google, their sales pitch, this whole idea of the Tensor chip and the Google platform and Android is this unified experience like what we kind of get with Apple. It gives them more control. It gives them more toggles and switches that they can control on their own, as opposed to the en masse experience that everybody else gets. That's why you can kind of fine tune things. That's why you don't have to have a 4 gigahertz processor. And still, even almost 2 years into this experiment, we haven't quite caught up with, I think, the level of consistency and being able to take advantage of these great features that we're supposed to expect whenever it comes to the Google platform. Like, the whole thing is you're supposed to buy into this Google experience and the software experience, and all these things are supposed to be better because it's Google. In a lot of ways, I don't feel like it's lived up to that. And especially not in the consistency and the bug-free and performance environment. So we'll see what happens. It could be here tomorrow. Google very historically doesn't make statements about this stuff and say, hey, it's going to be available now. It's going to be available X amount of day. Usually, if a week or two goes by, they might say something, or we might get a trickle or a hint that comes out that says it'll be available in a few weeks. It could be here week 3. I don't know. But the important thing is, your phone is pretty secure. It's up to date. They did release a security bulletin that talks about the fixes for that. And once we finally get this published and we finally get it available, I will make a detailed video saying this is what's changed, this is what's new, this is new features, and all that great stuff. So for now, we're not going to blow our lids. We're not going to get super wound up and wrapped around the axle about this. Yes, it is a little disappointing. Yes, it is mostly expected. I really feel like any month it's a 50-50 proposition. These things show up on time, but it's Google. And that's part of the thing that you live with. And that's also part of the reason people are leaving the platform. I was reading some statistics and some stuff the other day, and of course polls, you can take them with a grain of salt. But when it comes to platform like happiness and people who are looking at changing their platforms, like a willingness to try a new phone, is significantly higher for Pixel owners than it is with like Samsung and with Apple owners. And a lot of it has to do with the bugs and the inconsistencies and the just little things like the issues that the Google platform has had with the Pixel phones over the last year and a half is actually pushing some people away. And I want to talk about this maybe in a separate video, but yeah, these things do have real world ramifications and applications when it comes to happiness with the platform and people wanting to say, you know what, I'm sticking with Pixel. Now, I know a lot of people love the brand. I love the brand. I like what they do, but there are some headaches that come with it sometimes, and also some, I think, reliability issues that creep in here and there. So we'll see what happens. For now, that's all I've got. The June quarterly feature drop, security patch. Like I said, it could be here tomorrow. It could be here 2 weeks from now. I was hoping it would be here today, but I honestly didn't have a whole lot of hope. And, well, mostly people in the polls didn't seem like they really held out a lot of hope either. So who's actually all that disappointed, right? So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll get back with you as I can. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.